In the following presentation, we will be covering the 3 Mile Island accident of 1979. We will take you through a summary of the events that took place during the accident, the causes that led up to the accident, what could have been done to prevent it, and the current status of the situation. The 3 Mile Island accident took place on Wednesday, March 28, 1979, near Middletown, Pennsylvania. On a Wednesday morning around 4 a.m., the 3 Mile Island Unit 2, also known as TMI-2, partially melted due to a minor malfunction in the secondary cooling unit. This eventually led to a rapid increase in temperature in the primary cooling unit, and then finally an overall shutdown and destruction of the entire reactor. Due to inadequate training programs at the time of the accident and various communication issues, it was more of an obstacle for operators to properly tend to the incident in a timely and appropriate manner. This is in terms of not only trying to find a solution to the destruction of the reactor, but finding a reliable and appropriate way to communicate this hazard to the community and to the public. Despite the release of radioactive gas several days later, the 3 Mile Island accident did not lead to any fatal injuries or any health-related issues. Next, Jake will provide a more in-depth explanation for the cause of the accident.
Thank you, Betsy. I'm here to talk about the cause of the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant disaster. The power plant works with pressurized water reactors. Water under pressure is heated, and that water in turn heats another reactor, turning it into a steam that runs turbines that generate electricity. Now what happened that day is the pump that circulates the water in the steam generator failed. Water couldn't circulate, and that caused pressure to build up. That pressure caused a relief valve to blow, which was a chain reaction and caused another relief valve to blow, which sent radiation steam into the air. That was basically the cause of the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant disaster. Now here's Alexis to share with you what communication could have been done to prevent this.
Hello, I'm Alexis, and I will be telling you how the 3 Mile Island nuclear reactor accident could have been avoided and what we can learn from this unfortunate disaster. Like Jake stated, the accident happened due to a combination of personal error, design deficiency, and component failure, but personal error could have not been a problem. A plant member assumed, instead of actually checking, to make sure that a valve was closed. He assumed that as long as the pressurized water level was high, the core was properly covered with water, which it wasn't. So this could have been avoided had he actually checked and not relied on what the technology said. Usually we're working with heavy technology. You would think that you will want to double check and not rely on machines because they fall through. And although this wasn't unfortunate, we can learn something from it. Like I said, you never want to assume when working with dangerous machinery. You want to visualize, double check on everything. And just like you don't assume with that, you don't assume when it comes to communication. You never really know what someone is thinking or how they feel, so it's always important to use effective verbal communication. So now here's what's current.
Three Mile Island accident was 38 years ago. According to the NRC, Today, the TMI Unit 2 reactor is permanently shut down and all its fuel has been removed. The reactor coolant system is fully drained and the radioactive water decontaminated and evaporated. The excess radioactive waste was shipped off-site to an appropriate disposal area, and the reactor fuel and core debris was shipped to the Department of Energy's Idaho National Laboratory. First Energy has contracted the monitoring of TMI-2 to Exelon, the current owner and operator of TMI-1. According to the recent news, Exelon Corporation announced their intention to shut down the 3 Mile Island Generating Station on or about September 30, 2019, unless the state intervenes with subsidies to keep it open. The loss of Pennsylvania nuclear plants would increase air pollution, compromise the resiliency of the electric grid, raise energy prices for consumers, eliminate thousands of good-paying local jobs, and weaken the state's economy. It's up to now the Pennsylvania legislature to decide whether to send the subsidies to 3 Mile Island.